All right, today is day 12, I believe it is. Yep, of Read My Book With Me on my social media, my Ground Up a Self-Love workbook for the Generational Curse Breaker. And I believe we've been in the sacral, the root, the throat chakra, the solar plexus, and the third eye. And the heart. Okay. We've made some progress. Of course, by now you should understand what a generational curse breaker is, and that also means you understand what a generational curse is, right? And why it's important for us to acknowledge our spiritual body, our chakras, because as God states, we should guard our gates. And that's not just 5 gates. You have more than 5 senses. You have a 6th sense, and it's important that you protect that as well, because the enemy roams around like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. And so when you do not have spiritual protection, you're just open. You're open for the taking, my love. And not over here, at least not on my channel. We're not doing that. On my channel, we love ourselves. On my channel, we love one another. Okay? So this is a great opportunity to share this post, save, like, engage, and share, because that's what it means to love one another. We have to start giving people the tools for them to do so, and not enabling them, feeling as if you have to overpour or overshare, but instead teaching them how to love themselves, okay? Independent, or rather interdependent versus codependent. All right, so anyways, Russian roulette. Let's see where we land. Oh my God, this is so cool. Why is it cool? Because we've yet in all the 10 days, 11 days, 12, right? This is day 12. In all the 12 days, we've not landed on a workshop. And today we did, and it's the solar plexus. So let's talk about it. So let's read the scripture here. It says, before moving, and it's not the scripture, it's a passage, but before moving on to the next chakra, take a moment to heal with the healing workshop. For everybody, we must show loving care and attention. To only give love and attention to one is to neglect the others. We can't afford to do that, okay? We can't afford that. Don't be afraid to touch even the most sensitive places. Ignoring them hinders the healing process. It's the ugliest parts of us that need the most acknowledgement. Here's the third brick to our self-love practice. Congratulations on your graduation to the next phase. Okay, now we go deeper. And so this is just an idea in really what your solar plexus is, like what it stands for. Let me put it that way. I'm trying to find the words, right? All the symbolism behind it all. There we go. So your solar plexus is equivalent to your star, right? And in Sanskrit, it's Manipura, okay? Manipura. Its color is yellow. Its region is your upper abdomen, stomach area, so it's your gut, okay? And in meditation, the chant is Ram, and its its element is fire. And so the energetic functions here are action-oriented, willpower, and confidence. I'm going to go ahead and share this page as well. These practices are great for connecting to our spiritual body. Challenge yourself to build discipline by devoting yourself to a routine for 21 days. And of course, you have an opportunity to choose here which one you'll commit to, right? Your choice, great chance for you to really start to do the work, right? Because it's both physical in nature and also spiritual in nature. So be sure, as within, so without. So there we have it, right? Your solar plexus. We've already seen the scripture for that, but I will put it up on the screen so you guys will see. And yeah, this is where your discernment comes into play. We receive revelation, if you will, from our environment, but your discernment is what helps you determine the truth, and also like the truth from the lie. And what I mean by that is what's yours versus what's someone else's. This is where your boundaries come into play. So you can determine, okay, I need to place a boundary here, or like that's yours, not mine. You can see where you end and another person begins. That's literally what our solar plexus say imbalanced or getting balanced looks like, determining what's yours versus what someone else's, because we want to operate, as scripture says, on our own well of waters. Okay, on our own well of waters. When we are enmeshed with the people around us, right, we feel everything, right? This is the highly sensitive person. We feel absolutely everything. And it can be so overwhelming because you're overstimulated. For one, you're overstimulated, you're overgiving, oversharing, you are just pouring into others and never able to receive. And the reason being is because your cup is full of holes, right? Because you don't have boundaries. You do not have walls in place where you need. Okay, so people are just able to feast on you, and that's why we need to do detoxes. That's the reason why we do cleanses, things of that nature, so you can see where in fact you have a leech and a leak. Okay. Okay, the energy vampires be real, bro. So the solar plexus work, right, like I said, is mostly connected to detoxing. And what I love about our star, right, is this is technically where you begin to develop your creative gifts, or the things that God has downloaded in you, your spiritual gifts, your skills, your talents. This is where you start to develop these things. You start to build your craft, or you start to pour into your craft. And when we are focused on everybody else, we're unable to do that for ourselves. Right? When you start telling people no, and so you can start to build and start to pour into yourselves and focus on yourself and be intentional, then obviously, right, you start seeing how people really feel about you taking care of yourself versus when you were taking care of them. It was all good. It was all good. It was all good in the hood. But when you started to focus more on yourself and start to develop more for yourself, pouring into yourself, people don't really like that. And I'll say some people don't really like that. But yeah, so till next time. Till next time, day 13 is what's up next. Make sure to click the link in my bio so you can grab your Ground Up a Self-Love workbook so we can do this together. Okay, hallelujah.